श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम अखंडानंद संबोधः बंदनात्यस्य जायते गोविंदं तमहं वंदे चिदानंद तनुं गुरुम. पर यदि पातन तो हम लोग multiple language, this is the problem. Okay, so we were seeing yesterday about the drishyana with the savikalpa samadhi. Drishyana with the savikalpa samadhi means the savikalpa samadhi, the attributed samadhi with the perceived things, with respect to the perceived things. Now that is over. Now we go to the shabdana with the savikalpa samadhi, the attributed samadhi with respect to the heard things. Now this is not right. It's not heard things. It is not heard from the world. Whatever you see is what you hear in the world. Pot is something somebody sees, so he hears the word pot. But this drishya and this shabda is not same. Drishya, whatever is perceived in the world. Shabda, whatever is heard in the Shruti, Vedas. Shabda here means Veda. Okay, so whatever you hear from Vedas, the savikalpa samadhi, the attributed samadhi gained through that. By saying the attributed samadhi, we understand we are not talking about the implied meaning of the words, but the word meanings, the direct meaning. Do you understand? So it is not lakshyartha, it is vachyartha. Because if it is lakshyartha, then it will not be savikalpa samadhi, attributed samadhi. It will be non-attributed samadhi, nirvikalpa samadhi, which is our goal. Okay, so here drishya, perceived things through which you become the witness, the sakshi for everything. That is the end goal, end result. For the drishyana with the savikalpa samadhi, the end result is whatever I am perceiving, I am witness for all that. Okay, and the triputi stays, the trinity stays. The seer, seeing, seen. Knower, knowledge, known. This trinity exists. There is no damage to this trinity. Okay, now shabdana with the savikalpa samadhi. Again, since it is only the word meaning, direct meaning, it's not implied meaning, therefore still the trinity exists. There is no restriction for the trinity. Okay, so shabdana vidya. Now, the next few shlokas, whatever we hear from these shlokas are directly based on the Vedic statements. Okay, we need not worry about all the Vedic statements, but these are all based on the Vedic statements. Whatever the Vedic statements give you that meaning, through that meaning, stay put. Now you have to understand one more important thing. Savikalpa samadhi, attributed samadhi is of two types. One is a perceived, other is heard. Okay, that you know. So there are two types, means there is normally the idea that there is a choice here. I can either practice the perceived or I can practice the heard. No, we are not giving you any choice. First practice the perceived, become the witness to that. From the state of witness, you listen to you process the words from the Shruti and be that attributed self. You are already attributed self. You are going to be that attributed self with the knowledge that you are the self and this is the perceived world. Okay, that is the understanding we are going to gain at the end of this samadhi. It's a process. So first perceived sakshi, then being that sakshi with reference to the Vedic statements, you be that self, which is not the sakshi. You be that self, but these attributes remain. Okay, now śuddho'haṃ buddho'haṃ pratyagrūpeṇa nityasiddho'ham śānto'hamananto'haṃ satataparānandasindhurevāham. śuddho'haṃ buddho'haṃ pratyagrūpeṇa nityasiddho'ham śānto'haṃ ananto'haṃ satataparānandasindhurevāham. Beautiful. śuddho'haṃ aham śuddha. This is from the Vedic statements. Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Svabhavaha. Whenever we talk about self, we'll say Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Svabhavaha. That is what is said here. Nitya Shuddha Shuddho'haṃ, I am pure. Pure means what? I just took bath. That's not purity. That is physical purity. I understand. I did japa. That is mental purity. So we are neither talking about the physical purity or the mental purity. We are talking about the self. The self is ever pure. Why? Because there is no possibility of any impurity. What is the impurity in this world? Ignorance. Any ignorance, any possibility of ignorance to be associated with the self. That is why the self is ever pure. Śuddho'haṃ. Okay. Śuddho'haṃ. Why? Okay, good. What is the point in being pure? Buddho'haṃ. I am the knowledge of the nature of knowledge. I am of the nature of knowledge. I am knowledge. I am pure because I am knowledge. When there is knowledge, there is no possibility of ignorance to be associated with knowledge. That is why I am pure. Okay? How can you be knowledge? How can you be knowledge? So for that he says, pratyagrūpeṇa nityasiddho'ham. How do you know that you are knowledge? Pratyagrūpeṇa nityasiddho'ham. Nityasiddho'ham. I am ever established. Siddha means accomplished. Accomplished souls are called as Siddha also. But here, I am ever established in the truth. I am ever established in the self. I am ever established. That's all. In the self or truth is not matter here. I am ever established. In the form of I am ever existent. That let us put it like that. I am ever existent in the form of a pratyagrūpeṇa as the individual self. I am ever existent as in the nature of individual self, as the individual self. Okay, so existence is said, knowledge is said, and purity, bliss is said. Okay, now if you have doubt about that, he says śānto'haṃ. There is no turbulence. Śāntaha means peace, tranquility. I am tranquil. I am peaceful. There is no turbulence here. There is no trouble here. There is no pain here. Because since I am nityasiddha pratyagrūpeṇa, I am existing as the inherent nature of the self, as the individual self, I am always existent. Therefore, I am changeless. Śāntaha. There is no change in me. There is peace in me. How can you be peaceful? Ādyo'hamanādyo'haṃ. Because I am one without end. Antaha means limitation. I am one without limitation, therefore I am at peace. How can that be and this be connected? See, we have a saying, only the pot which is half full or half empty will be wobbling. A full pot will never wobble. Full vessel never wobbles. Right? So, since I am not limited, I am unlimited, I am all pervasive, I am all existent, ever existent or all pervasive, whatever you mean to say. So that because of that, I am śāntaha, I am at peace. There is no change in me. How can you say you are all pervading? Anantaha, unlimited. Satataparānandasindhurevāham. Satataparānanda. Okay, you may be all pervading, but if you are a dukhi all pervading, if you are a sorrowful, painful all pervading, what is the point in that? What is the joy in that? I don't want to be all pervasive and be painful. Everywhere there is pain. All pervasion, limited with this limited body, I have pain in my head or leg, that is a different thing. But if I am all pervasive and I am painful, then that's a big problem. So he says, no. Satataparānandasindhurevāham. Para Ananda Sindhu. Aham Sindhu. I am ocean. What kind of ocean? Ananda Sindhu. I am ocean of bliss. What kind of ocean of bliss? Para Ananda Sindhu. Absolute ocean of bliss. Ocean of absolute bliss. For a period, Satatam, always. I am always the ocean of bliss. Ocean of absolute bliss. I am always the ocean of absolute bliss. That is the meaning. So when I was reading the Sindhu, I remembered this story. One illiterate realist soul. Okay, he has a disciple who is a literate. Since realist soul, we can call this fellow an idiot. disciples need not be, but disciples are always like that. When you become the guru, you know things. That is why you become guru. When you are a disciple, when it's like you are being a student, you will always be stupid. Okay. Now, this fellow, he goes to his guru. Guru asks him, okay, innocent. So he's asking him innocently, okay, what will you do if the ocean of bliss in front of you? And because this fellow is illiterate, wants to think smartly. So he says, okay, I'll just take a drop of that ocean of bliss. Then that illiterate religious soul, he says, it is impossible. You take a drop, you become that, one with that. You cannot be different from that. Simple logic, but you miss it, right? So the realist soul I'm talking about is Ramakrishna Paramsa, and the literate idiot is a Vivekananda. That is what he was. So that is the state, Ananda Sindhu. It is absolute bliss, ocean. You take a dip, you are one with that. Anantaha, there is no limit here. How can you be there different from that? So then, this is a simple, easy statement. The same statement is going to be repeated in again and again in the other slokas also. But now he wants to make things a little complicated. Instead of understanding it simple, see, it was I am knowledge, I am bliss, I am this. That's all. But I am trying to connect each one to give it a different meaning. Right now, he is making it more interesting. How? ādyo'hamanādyo'haṃ vāṅmanasāsādhyavastumātro'ham nigamavacho vedyo'haṃ anavadya akhandabodharūpo'haṃ ādyo'haṃ anādyo'haṃ vāṅmanasāsādhyavastumātro'ham nidgamavacho vedyo'haṃ anavadya akhandabodharūpo'haṃ. What is the twist here? He says, aham ādyaha, aham anādyaha. I am the beginning and I am the beginningless, not the end. I am the beginningless. Ādyaham, I am the beginning and I am the beginningless. This is little complicated, right? No. I am the beginning means I am the cause. I am beginningless means I don't have any cause. I am not an effect. I am the cause. I don't have a cause. I don't have an effect. I am not an effect of anything. Okay, that is ādyo'haṃ anādyo'haṃ. Beautiful. Now next is more interesting. vāṅmanasāsādhyavastumātro'ham. vāṅmanasāsādhyavastumātro'ham. Vāk means organ of speech. Manas means a mind. Asadhya, not graspable. Okay, vastumātro'ham. I am that absolute principle. I am the absolute self. Okay. Yato vacho nivartante apraapya manasa saha. That is the statement which is said here. The mind and words return back without grasping which. That is the self we are talking about, right? So that is the statement here. Vāṅmanasa. I am one who is not graspable through the words and the mind. Okay. Yes, we understand that. But at the next statement, he contradicts it. He says, Nigamavacha vedyo'ham, Nigamavachaha vedyo'ham. I am one who can be understood only through the Nigamavacha. Nigama means Veda. Veda statements from Veda, Vedanta. So, I am one who can be understood only through the Vedantic statements. He said, I am one who cannot be understood through words and mind. Now he says, I am one who is understood through the words and of course mind. How? See, we saw Tantu Upanishadam Purusham Pruchami. I am asking about that Purusha who is spoken about in Upanishads. Right? One. Now, if I am going to teach you Upanishad, which is the only means to gain the truth. So how am I going to teach? I'm not going to give you a gesture like a Dakshinamurti, Chinmudra. I'm going to use words. And hearing the words, if the words hit your ears, you don't become realist. You have to process it, right? So hearing, then after listening to it, you have to process it. You have to think, reflect, right? So reflection is not going to be done by your legs or your hands. It is to be done with your mind. So you can be only, the self can be understood only through the words and mind. So the difference is, earlier he said it cannot be understood through words and mind because it cannot be understood through any word, any other word, in fact, under an unprocessed mind, impure mind. But now we are talking about a Vedantic statement and a processed pure mind. A mind which has performed enough japa, etc., to gain that purity, that chitta shuddhi, the mental purity. Only that kind of mind is capable of understanding the truth, right? So now, anavadyakhanda bodharupoham. Okay, you gain that. So if you gain that purity, you hear those words, you understand. What are you going to understand? So he says, anavadya akhanda bodha rupoham. Bodha rupa, the knowledge self. I am that knowledge self. Okay, I am of the inherent nature of knowledge. Okay, knowledge which sometimes is ignorance or sometimes is that kind of knowledge. Knowledge can be ignorant. Ignorance, there can be ignorance in knowledge or knowledge in ignorance. Possibly. Erroneous knowledge is a knowledge with ignorance, right? So, that is why we have to say right knowledge. Means of right knowledge, we say. When you say pramana, we say means of right knowledge. Why? Because there is always a possibility of erroneous knowledge, wrong knowledge. So, knowledge also has wrong, erroneous. So, that if you doubt, he says, I am the knowledge self, but akhanda. There is no khanda, there is no division. What is the possibility of division here? Ignorance being associated with, whether it is associated in a corner or half of it or majority of it does not really matter. Ignorance association is a problem. So he says there is no possibility. I am akhanda, unlimited, indivisible and non-divided. Anavadya. By what? Vadya. Vadya means impurity. Okay, defect. So anavadya, defectless. I am defectless, indivisible knowledge. What is the defect? Ignorance is the defect. There is no possibility of any ignorance. Therefore, I am indivisible and I am that knowledge which is indivisible. Okay, now next. viditāviditānyo'haṃ māyātatkāryaleśaśūnyo'ham kevaladṛgātmako'haṃ saṃvinmātraḥ sakṛdvibhāto'ham. In the first shloka, the thing is bodha rupoham. I am of the nature of knowledge. In the first shloka, ādyo'hamanādyo'haṃ. I am of the nature of bliss. In the first shloka, he said, I am of the nature of bliss. Okay, that too, absolute bliss. Here he says, absolute knowledge. So, existence next is. Already we have said existence. How? Aham, I. By saying I am saying existence already. Okay, so nitya, and if you want a specific word, he says nityasiddho'ham. I am ever existent. So, existence is established, bliss is established, and knowledge also is established. Satchit Ananda. All the three are established already. Okay. Now he is going to the next. viditāviditānyo'haṃ. Again with a twist. Okay. viditāviditānyo'haṃ māyātatkāryaleśaśūnyo'ham kevaladṛgātmako'haṃ saṃvinmātraḥ sakṛdvibhāto'ham. vidita avidita anyoham. He is not adding anything new. He is using new words, but he is not adding anything new. Viditāviditābhyam. In Kenopanishad, it is said viditāviditābhyam, different from vidita, known and unknown. So he says vidita avidita. Vidita means known. Avidita means unknown. So aham vidita avidita anyaha. I am different. Anyaha means different. I am different from known and unknown. Simple meaning. But the meaning which he implies here is not known and unknown. So let us take like that. Okay, known. What is known? This earth, I know there is 66% of water, or 63%, 65%, whatever percent, and there is land, and in that land we can say, we know we have gold, silver, diamond, etc. Okay, we know that. Okay, avidita, unknown. Let us take moon. We don't know whether there is water in moon or not. Now they say there is ice, therefore there should be water. We don't know if there is gold, silver, etc., or diamond, etc. in the moon. We don't know. So, different from known and unknown. This is the direct meaning. But that is not what is meant here. Different from known. What is known? What is that you call as known? Something which is an effect. What you call as known is something which presents itself in front of you as an effect. So, I am different from the effect. Probably you are the cause. Avidita anyaham. I am different from the unknown, the cause also. I am different from the cause and the effect. Okay, that is the idea here. Cause and effect. What do you mean by cause and effect? How can you bring this kind of meaning to this? Viditāviditānyo'haṃ. It's plain and simple. Why do you want to twist it? Because he says, māyātatkāryaleśaśūnyo'ham. Why am I saying I'm different from the cause and effect? Because what is the cause? Maya. What is the effect? Whatever you see here. So, māyātatkārya, Maya and its effect. Leśaśūnyo'ham. Shunya again, anya, different. Shunya means absence. There is absence of even iota. Lesha means even iota. There is absence of I am one who is of the nature of absence of even an iota of cause and effect. Maya and its effect. Okay, same idea in different words. I am one without any association with the cause and effect of Maya and ignorance. Maya and its effects, the creation. Okay, now then who are you? That's the next question. Who are you? Kevaladṛgātmako'haṃ. I am one who is only the druk. What is druk? Druk drishya veka. The seer, seen, veka. We saw that. Okay. So the seer, drashta, druk, seeing, drishya, seen. I am different from seer. I am different from the seen, drishya. We are not talking about drashta. Drik. Drik means let's make it even simple. Knower, knowledge, and known. Knower, drashta, drik, knowledge, drishya, known. So who am I? I am of the nature of drik. Means atmaka means not nature. I am of the nature of drik means I am of the nature of knowledge. I am of the nature of pure knowledge. Kevalan drik means pure knowledge without any association with ignorance. Same idea, different words. Okay. Now, why are you saying you are of the nature of pure knowledge? Because saṃvinmātraḥ. I am samvid. Samvid means knowledge. I am of the nature of knowledge. Saṃvinmātraḥ, only knowledge. There is no ignorance association. How do you know that you are only you are of the nature of knowledge only, or only knowledge, or pure knowledge? sakṛdvibhāto'ham, because I am that instant effulgence. I illumine immediately. What is that which has effulgence or illumination? Knowledge, not ignorance. Knowledge is like light. Ignorance is like darkness. So I am of the nature of knowledge. Again, with a different word. Okay. Now. Next he says, aparo'hamanaparo'haṃ. Again twist. Aparo'hamanaparo'haṃ bahirantaścāpi pūrṇa evāham ajaro'hamakṣaro'haṃ nityānando'hamadvitīyo'ham. Beautiful. He says, aparaham, anaparaha aham, bahirantaścāpi pūrṇa evāham ajaraha aham akṣaraha aham nityānando'hamadvitīyo'ham advitiya Beautiful. Aparaha aham. Paro yasya na vidyate iti aparaha. Paraha means superior. That which does not have anything superior to it, higher to it. Okay, that is aparaha. Anaparaha. There is a nothing inferior to it, below it. So below it means I. Aham aparaha. I am not something one who has someone superior to it. I am not one who has something inferior to it. Okay. You don't, I understand. You don't have anything superior or inferior to you. Maybe equals. There is a statement in Hindi. They say, money is not God. Money is not money is neither superior or inferior to God, but money is God, right? So money is neither superior or inferior to God means money is God. So like that he says, I am one who is neither superior or inferior. There, that means there is someone similar to you. There is another one. So to say that, he say, where will he be? If there is someone other than you, then where will he be? Where will that I be? Externally or internally, right? That is the possibility. So he says, bahirantaścāpi pūrṇa evāham. There is no possibility of being external or internal because externally and internally I am absolute. Antarbahicchatat sarvam vyapya nārāyanasthitah. Puruṣsukta Narayana Sukta. It says, Antarbahiccha tat sarvam vyapya Narayana. Internally and externally, the Narayana, the absolute, is one who is Narasya Ayanam Narayana. Narayana means not Lord. Narasya Ayanam, one who is the substratum for the Nara, humans, the beings. So that self, I am one who is absolute, internally and externally. So therefore, there is no possibility of someone or something existing beyond me or in me. Okay, that is refuted. Okay, doesn't really matter. You are going to grow old. So he says, ajaro'hamakṣaro'haṃ. Ajaro'haṃ. I am one who is not going to grow old. Jara rahitah. I am devoid of old age. Okay. Devoid of old age does not really matter because death comes at any point of time. There's no fixed period. Even heart attacks, people used to say heart attacks used to be only heart attack is only for men. Women don't have heart. No, that's not the point. Women have strong heart, right? So heart attack is only for men and old men who eat junk food and all that. That is all humbug. People have refuted because now 22 years old boy dies. First day, there was a cricket match, and one 13-year-old girl who was watching the cricket match saw her idol getting out, getting dismissed. She had a heart attack. She died. 13 years old girl. And there was one 2-year-old baby which got a heart attack. So there is no age limit or male female categorization in heart attack. Everyone gets heart attack. So at any point of time, right? So death can come at any point of time. You don't need to become old. You will die, right? Aksharo'haṃ. Naksharatiti aksharaha. I am changeless. There is no death for me. Does not really matter. Even if you don't have death, there is another pitiable situation. Why? See, you said like, okay, everyone has this prayer. Like in the Puranas, if you see, the demons, they pray to God for what? For gaining this power. A, they should not grow old. They should be enjoying whatever is possible through the engage always. B, that is the catch. You go to heaven, what is there in heaven? You won't grow old, you won't die. That is what is the heaven, right? So they want heaven here. They don't want to grow old, they don't want to die. Ajaraha, aksharaha. They want these two states. Okay, let us, and everyone has this demon inside. Everyone wants to have the same thing. They don't want to grow old, they don't want to die. Okay, now let us suppose you are given that blessing. that a blessing or curse? We don't even really know. Why? Because if you are not going to die, and the people whom you played with and who you enjoyed your life with, they are going to die with old age and with other, because of other reasons. Is it going to be a peaceful thing? You are going to be a pitiable person. You are going to be in great pain. For that he says, nityānando'haṃ, I am ever blissful. This is a sadistic thing. Everyone around you are going to die, I am saying, and you say, I am ever blissful. I am not going to be worrying about, not going to be in pain about people who are going to die. That's a painful, that is a sadistic self. Are you going to be that sadistic self? For these says, ādyo'hamanādyo'haṃ, I am not sadistic because there is nothing other than me. ādyo'hamanādyo'haṃ, I am non-dual. So the idea, the hypothetical idea of people getting old and dying, etc., does not apply to me because there is no duality here. I am non-dual self. Right? We'll see this. Om pūrṇamadah pūrṇamidam pūrṇāt pūrṇamudachyate pūrṇasya pūrṇamadāya pūrṇamevāvashishyate. Om shanti shanti shanti.